Now let's see here today what we will discuss. VS Code. Let me show you once what we have done till now. File, open folder. My name React New. Now till now whatever we have discussed, let me repeat it once. Now yesterday we discussed CRUD. Now in CRUD what we have done, in CRUD we have done create, read, we did not do, we did read, we did create, read, delete. We did not do the put. I gave the put as a work. Now just try it. Go here. We did get request. We did post request. We did delete request. Take get will return fetch request. You will URL with specific ID, and you need to tell method has to be something like online is voice is clear ma, something voice break. Online is voice is clear now. Now clear. Good, you can mention it method as something kind of delete, which will delete, post. In post request we did the same thing. We do the fetch URL and you pass here method as post. If you remember yesterday we did post method, and whenever you post you will pass the body, you will give whatever the data you have, JSON dot stringify data. If you wanted to say the token also, imagine you want to send a token also, you will give headers. You will be like, if you want to send the tokens, you will give some headers also. Headers such as authorization, error token, bearer. Usually people will write it a token before the bearer to identify it clearly. What is this bearer token? If you remember yesterday I told you something JWT authentication. Okay, backend first time when you log in, backend will give you some token. You should send the token whenever you are doing post request or something, so that they will know who is doing it. Same for delete also you can send it. Delete also you can send it the token. Okay, get request you don't need it any token, but it's up to you. If you want it you can try it. Online, is it clear, ma? Online, is it clear? Till now in React, does any one of you have any questions? JavaScript revision, React introduction, components, class and functional, nested components, props, state, use effect, conditional rendering, less, context API, class components, lifecycle methods, routing, forms, controlled and uncontrolled, libraries, Redux toolkit, hooks, CRUD operations, Git and GitHub. We discussed till now. We did not discuss this Firebase one. We did not discuss this TypeScript one. We did not discuss the NextJS one. We'll discuss all now. It is a very simple thing. Like, does any one of you have any other questions? You can tell me. Online, anyone have any questions? You can tell me more. No. Good. Let's go here. First one. I will show you what is NextJS, how it will work, how much easy it is, and I will show you what is TypeScript. And in that NextJS only, we'll build it something similar to the Firebase one, so that you guys will get an idea on all of these things, so that you can go for the real project. Online, is it everything clear till now? Online, is everything clear? Good. Now, someone is like React with Node.js, MySQL, CRUD. No, we don't have the Node.js and all. But I will show you the NextJS one. I will show you simple CRUD. If anyone came to the last week, seminar, I did a workshop last Sunday. Did anyone attend that workshop? No. In that workshop, I did NextJS only. It's available in the YouTube also. In Naresh at YouTube channel, it is there. I will just show you. I don't know where did I put. I think I deleted it. No, it's not there. Empty completely. Now, let's go with the simple NextJS then. Good. See, whatever I did yesterday, everyone, whatever I did yesterday, CRUD operations, exactly same CRUD. Whether you use Node.js or Python or Java, kuch bhi, it doesn't matter. CRUD is exactly same. What is the difference? Backend will be different. You write Node.js code, you will create one API. You will give the API to front end. Front end will do CRUD. You use Python, and using Django, you will create one web API. You will give web API to front end. Front end will do the same thing. You use Java Spring Boot, and you create a web API, and you will give it to front end. Front end will do. any kind of programming you use backend, whether it's a Node.js or whether it's a Python, whether it's Java, they will create one API link which is called the REST API. That REST API, if you go there, you will get one JSON data. That JSON data, they will do post method, they will do get method, they will do put method or delete method. Does any one of you tried CRUD yesterday? Anyone have any link? Why? No time, huh? Why? Exam, huh? Oh, yesterday exam is there. Which batch? Python? Which batch exam? Job exam. Okay. You got it right? Oh, Vishwanatha. Now, anyway, let's go here. Let's create one simple application, NextJS. If you wanted the documentation of NextJS, go here. NextJS. There is a website called nextjs.org. Everyone, tell me, what is NextJS? Everyone, read it. React framework. What is NextJS? React framework. React is a library of JavaScript. React is not a framework. React just provides you the library. If you wanted routing in React, will the React provide you routing? If you want routing in React, will the React provide routing, ma? No. Which one will provide routing? React Router DOM. Are you getting my point? React will not provide you routing. There is a third-party library called React Router DOM which will provide you the routing. In React, you want anything, automatically you will use third-party, na? Okay. Because React is just a library. But they built one framework which will have automatic folder structure. The main difference between frameworks and libraries are used for one specific purpose. But frameworks will give you complete environment. Is there anyone Python developers here? Python will use Django. What is the difference between normal Python and Django? Specific library, it will already give you one folder structure. Clearly, Django will have a folder structure. Take it, .NET will have a nice MVP folder structure, MVC folder structure, or Spring Boot will give you the similar one. Okay, they predefine something. Library is just a pre-written code. That's it. Now, React framework is NextJS. Let me use it, sir. That means if you want to use NextJS also, you should know React only. How to create a NextJS one? All you have to do is, I will go inside here only. npx create next app @latest. What is the command? Everyone, last. See, I am telling this so that you will get it a better knowledge on NextJS or TypeScript. This is not in syllabus. Now, what is the command for NextJS, ma? npx create next app @latest. Now, do you want to install? Yes. Online, is it clear till now, ma? Online till now, is it clear? Are you there online? Focus on this, because after installation, so many people will again ask it to install, it can't. Now click here, yes. Now it will ask you what is your project name. Next, first. Now go here. Would you like TypeScript? Actually, I am going to say yes. Normally you will use JavaScript, na? but I will show you TypeScript kya hai. Do you want ESLint? ESLint is for error finding. ESLint is for the error finding. If any errors are there, ESLint will show you. It's a library, which is yes. Do you want Tailwind CSS? You don't need to install anything. Automatically it will install. Do you want source inside the SRC folder? Do you want the app router? Do you want to use TurboBack? You don't know what is app router and what is TurboBack. You are saying yes because yes is there. TurboPack is similar to White. You have Wit. Wit is a bundler which will pack up your whole thing. Wit uses its own package manager. Like imagine in your application 10 JavaScript files are there. When it is going to the browser, all JavaScript files, 10 JavaScript files will become one JavaScript file. 10 CSS files will become one CSS file. All HTMLs will become one HTML. Like this bundling is called packaging. What is it called? Packaging. In olden time, to create React app. In create React app, Webpack is there. Okay, but they are slow. Later, Bit came. Bit uses its own bundler. But here, this one uses this packaging. This one uses TurboPack, which is faster than the Bit. Yes. Do you want to customize import alias? No. It will only install everything. Now, next one. Everyone see? Let's go inside the folder. CD. Next first. npm run dev. NextJS is running in file name localhost 3000. This is the basic NextJS one. Any doubts? Online, any doubts? First, this is a template. Till now, I did not do any code. This is a template file. Now I will show you that app router. They showed you what app router install na? We click yes. वो क्या है? I will show you now. देखो here. Go to NextJS, next first. Now inside this, something called tsconfig is there, which is for TypeScript. Okay, we will see it later. But inside the SRC, you have something called page.tsx. Can you see page.tsx, ma? Inside the app, there is something called page.tsx. Page.tsx contains your actual code which is coming now. Whatever is showing, always root file is called page.tsx or page.jsx. If it is JavaScript, it is JSX. If it is a TypeScript, it is JSX or TSX. Go to page.tsx. Any doubts here? Online, any doubts, ma? Till now? No. Now, sir, I don't want this all. Let me write it here. RFCE. They want home. Home. H1. Hello world. The default page is not a React component. Who said that? It's a React component. Everyone see? Now what happens, sir, everyone? Hello world came now? Your wish, you can make it like something big thing. Class, head screen, blocks, justify center, item center, last name, text, private cell. Any doubts in this till now? This is the page.jsx. Layout.tsx contains the basic layout, like what is the font I'm using, what are the fonts I'm using, what is the global CSS it is containing it. All the things will be there inside this. For metadata, it will be there. If you want to change the title and all, you can change it here. Online, any questions? Everything you write will be inside this body. Everything you write will be inside this body. Someone, function home can be anything, sir. No, it has to be named as home only. Okay. Only the main one has to be named as home only. Remaining things can be anything actually. Okay, they will put it like whatever the file names they want. Actually, in React components, component name should be matched with the code, but here you wrote page.jsx. See, actually, in React components also, if they don't match, kuch nahi hota. But we will give matching. Why? Because imagine inside page home component is there. I will feel difficulty where my home component is there. I will forget it after a certain time. Okay, that is why people will always put it like same thing inside the same thing. Like about.jsx contain about component, contact.jsx contain contact component. But if you write in about.jsx contact component, contact.jsx about component also, it will work in React. Okay, but people don't do that. Why? Because it's a bad practice. Later you will forget now where is about component. Oh, it may be in about or contact, who knows it. That is wrong. About should be in there so that it will be easy to find. Is it clear, ma? Online is it clear? Are you getting? Now, sir, how to create about page? I want about page routing. You will install React Router DOM, na? Normally you will install React Router DOM, na? Now I don't need to install React DOM. What I will do, inside this app, create one folder about. What is the folder name? What is the folder name? About. In this about, give here about dot. Sorry. It will not work. In this about, you should give the name page.tsx. Always name should be page only. Always name should be page only. Now in this page, all I will do is RFCE. Here you can put whatever the names you like. Page is only page only. Now you go here. I am about page. See? Now you go here, from here to here, about. Can you see here? I got it about page. Online, is it clear, ma? Iteration failed because server-side component server rendered HTML did not match with the client. As a result, this tree is generated on the client. This can happen if server-side component is used. Use client. Now, whenever see, NextJS can do front-end code and back-end code, both. It's a framework. In this framework you will put it front end and back end both. That is the interesting point. Always it will take it like every component as server component. Every component as server component. Server component means this component will be loaded and created inside the server only. Server will send you whole UI directly. Client should print that UI. But instead, whenever you use React and all, React cannot work in server. So you should write it here, use client. So then only React hooks and all will work. If you write it use client, see now there are no errors. I go to about page. Whenever you are writing React code, try to mention it use client. Online, any doubts, ma? Now same thing. Go here about, create it here, another page, contact. In this contact, I am creating a page, page.tsx. One more time I am explaining why we are using client and server. There is something called client. What is client? Client is your browser. Client is your browser. There is some another thing called server. Server is like somewhere wherever your website is there. For example, I put my website in the AWS. AWS is the server. Client is my browser. Normally React code, every component will load inside the client. Client only will load the components now. React code now. But you can also do it like server. You can made it whole thing, load whole component inside server, and you can directly bring that from server to here. That is called server component. What is it called? Server component. But server components are static. They cannot use React. Sir, I wanted to put one hook, React hook. I wanted to use something like import React from something. Then server component cannot do, because server cannot do the React. Only browser will do React. At this time what will happen? Because server cannot do this particular one, you should mention here use client. If you mention in your code use client, then it will understand, oh, following one is not a server component, then you should run this one in the client only, not in the server. But if you don't mention it, it will always think it like it is server component and it will run it in server. Okay? Online, is it clear, ma? Now, same thing, contact page. How to write it contact page? RFCA. Use client. Any doubts? Now you go here about contacts. Just name change, contact page will come. Huh? Function name you need to change. Function name chod do. Function name you don't need to change. But this name has to be main. If you change it or don't change it, doesn't matter function name. Contact page bhi aata. About is coming with about page. Contact is coming with contact page. Online, any doubts, ma? So it always depends on what folder name you give. It's like the folder name. Folder name is the URL, correct? / folder name is the URL. Any doubts? Online, any doubts? What if you want dynamic routing, sir? Go here, inside this, projects. That means slash projects will come to projects page na. So I will create it here, page.tsx. And this RFCE, which is projects. And go here, projects. Projects. And see this logic. See this logic. Each project you can use it something called, see, everyone, ID. If I do this square brackets ID, the square brackets ID will become a dynamic value. Then you can write it here, page.tsx. So every routing you need to create it its own page. Obviously, normally also you will create na. Sir, home routing will go to home page. About routing, about page. But here that name should be page.tsx only or JSX only. I am using TypeScript, so it is like TSX. If it is your JavaScript, no, your Java thing. Now I will tell you what is the difference between JavaScript and TypeScript also, but basic, same. RFCA, project, H1, I am project. Any doubts ma online? Online, any doubts? Good. Online, any questions you can mention ma? What would be the URL now? URL will be, if I go to projects, I will get the projects page. Okay, but if I go here, projects slash some kind of name, some kind of ID, I am project. This is called dynamic routing. You remember, you will put colon and you will route the, okay, same kind of route you can do that also. Any doubts ma online? This is the ID, correct, that is the ID. The ID could be anything, your wish. Online, any doubts ma? What if I want it not found? Someone is saying it. Go with directly page. Go with directly page in the app only. Inside the app, created one page, not found .tsx. This one is more easy, na? This one is more easy than React. That's why people will build it with this. .404 not found. Now you go here. .404 not found. Online, is it clear ma? That name should be also dynamic routing is about page from projects page is possible, like project slash about. That is called child routing. That is not dynamic routing, that is child routing. Project slash about. That means inside the project you should create it another about folder which will be, if I create an about folder inside the projects, what will happen? Projects / about it will go. Folders are the slash. Understand? Folders are the slash. And you want dynamic routing, you will put the square brackets. You want it like not found, you will directly write not dash found. Online, any doubts, ma? Online, any doubts? No. No. Next. If you wanted to take params, you can direct, sir, you said it every time we need to give the name page.tsx, but layout.tsx, not found.tsx, see. First, how this will work. Your whole page, your whole website will have structure. This structure is called layout. What is it called? Layout. Last boys, focus here. How this NextJS structure will be, whole page will have layout. Layout is like your index.html. Layout is like your index.html. That index.html will contain title, body, styles, everything it will be there. Inside this, you will print the page.jsx, page.jsx or tsx or whatever. Now this page.jsx will print it inside the layout. Not found is separate. You can use not found also, your wish. Not found also. Not found. Not found will come. Or imagine someone put one folder name about, and inside that about they put it page. Then what will happen? If anyone go to the about, that page will come here. Online, are you getting my point, ma? Online, are you getting my point, ma? Someone, Rajesh, is asking here, what is the dynamic? I think you did not understand. Here you are going with if you go to projects, it will come projects. But if I go project / some ID, you will go to that ID. You can even take that ID. All you have to do is go to this projects one, go here. All you have to do is take that ID, params, import params, use params. That is in next navigation already there. All you have to do is using that use params, you can take the value. What is that value? Use params ka value here. Const id equals to use params. Automatically you will get that ID, you will print it. I am project ID. Go here. You are importing a component that needs use params. The React hook only works inside the client component. Is this client component or server component, ma? Boys, is this client component or server component? By default, everything is server component. If you wanted client component, you should write it here something called use client. Okay? In NextJS, everything is server. So they will load everything in server. That's why NextJS is very fast. Now use client I used. Invalid hook call. Hooks can only be called inside the body of a function component. Okay. Okay. See what it is coming now. If I give 123 and project 123, right or not? This is the dynamic routing, how it will work. You will take the ID and you will call the particular API and you will get that particular project name. Online, is it clear, ma? Setting up is very easy. Everything is by default here. Whatever you needed, those things will be provided by default here. You don't need it other extra things. One of the best library it will go with is something called ShardCN. With the NextJS ShardCN, you can actually build it any kind of component, any kind of thing. Sir, not only this, NextJS also used for something called server. You can create it here and another folder, server, and inside the server you can write it here some code, server code. Okay, now all you have to do is server index.js, and you have to do I don't think index.js, it is something, where is server, app, server. Inside the server I have to create one folder, APIs, instead of server I will put API. Inside API, inside the books, I will write it here route.js. For front end you will use page.js. For back end you will use route.js, which will give you the backend code. Okay. Now you can create a simple API of get request or post request or something kind of one. Now you can create here const books equals to one array, which is like name, secret, name, monk who sold his Ferrari. Now all I have to do is I have to do a basic route link, get request. How do I do this get request? Get go here, where is this? Get request API example NextJS. Now let me go here. You need to put the name here. You need to put the name as get. Then I have to do some request dot respond. Why it is going with respond? It should be something like next import next request. Why it is not coming? Next response. You will have something called next request, next response. You don't need to write it here, but let me write it here. It is doing here NextJS API routes. These things, why they are not importing it? Import type. See, all imports are in import declarations are unused. Can only be used in TypeScript files. Then I will use import. Kuch nahi hota. Next, I have to do request response request response go here. All I have to do is directly response dot status 200 dot json books. Now let's go here. Let's do the request API/books. I will go to my website. If anyone write it here, API/books. Get function handler during the build process can only be dismissed by fixing the error. What is the error here? Handler Control C, run it one more time. See, guys, understand, whenever I write API/books, it is going to automatically API/books/route.js. Inside this, ECMAScript had an error. Export default function handler. What is the problem with this code? Huh? అర్థం కాల छोड़ता रहे ChatGPT. I used exactly like this only. I don't need these things. I just write it here, handler. Switch to JavaScript in documentation. See, it doesn't matter. Dekho, the difference between JavaScript and TypeScript, everyone understand this? Guys, everyone understand what is the difference between JavaScript and TypeScript is JavaScript will provide you dynamic data typing. What the JavaScript will provide? Dynamic data typing. Like for example, if you write it here inspect, and if you write it here let a equals to 20. What is the type of a? If I write it here, A equals to 20. What is the type of A? Number. What is the data type of A? Number. You all know JavaScript now? Don't get confused. Type of A is number. Barabar. But sir, what if I write it here, type of A is number, it is coming. But if I write it A equals to Prasad, will it work or it will say error? Will it work or error? It will work. JavaScript will change the data types. In JavaScript, there is no fixed data type. This is called dynamic data typing. What is it called? Even Python do dynamic data typing. In Python also data type is not fixed. Okay, you go here, type of A, string. Now what is the data type of A? Change na? Now it is string. But will it be string always? Will it be string always, ma? No, because there is no fixation. This create a problem in the production time. In production environment, so many problems will come because there is no fixed data type and fixed standard. To solve this problem, Microsoft in 2012 they put something called TypeScript. Before the TypeScript, people used to use one library called JSDoc. That also will do the similar thing. But what this TypeScript will do? TypeScript will convert JavaScript into static typing. What is it called? Static typing. What does it mean by static typing? Type is fixed. Type safety will be there. So, does any one of you know here Java? Java or C or C++? C, you all heard C? In C, if you write it int A equals to 20, can you write it A equals to Prasad? No, because A is already fixed. A is an integer. In Java also same. If you write it int A equals to something, it is A, integer. That's it. It will never change. That is called static data typing. What is it called? TypeScript provides the static data typing. JavaScript provides the dynamic data typing. Now you go here. You write it here something like JS. Now here, if I declare one value, what is the type of books? Array is there, na? Basically, arrays is like an object only. But, okay, let's go with simple example. Let A equals to 25. What is A value? What is the data type of A? What is the data type of A? Number. If I write it here, A equals to Prasad. Any problem here? No. Go here and change this into TypeScript. Now can you see one error is there? Now can you see one error is there? What is the error? What is the error here? Type string is not assignable to type number. Type string is not assignable to type number. It will tell you. That is the difference between TypeScript and JavaScript. Except this data type thing, everything is same. TypeScript and JavaScript. TypeScript is another layer. Sir, how it will do, sir, TypeScript? TypeScript is not a new language. TypeScript is another layer. Like for example, imagine one restaurant is there. See, I am a cook inside a restaurant. Okay. I am here inside the restaurant. I am a cook. I will be like, if anyone comes, any person comes to me, I will just give him plate of food. Anyone comes to me, automatically I will give plate of food. But is it good? Because restaurant I should check now who paid, who not, right or not. But I am like, I am giving to everyone. You can't change me. I will give it to everyone. Now can anyone tell me what you can do so that only paid customers will get the food? Tokens. What you will do? Tokens. Correct. That is what most restaurant will do. Tokens, how they will work, sir? They will be like, you will put one more guy here before the gate. So what you will do? Whoever paid will get the token. Whoever get the token, only that people will go inside. But if you go inside, you will get the thing. You will get the thing. Obviously. Imagine you clicked it some, you go automatically you will get it. But before you go only, you will check the token. You go to movie theater. Anyone who is in a movie theater will watch the movie. Kuch nahi hota. But how do you go inside the movie theater? They will stop. If you have ticket only, they will allow you. Right or not? Are you getting my point, ma? Are you all getting my point? TypeScript people also think this approach only. TypeScript people are like, anyway you can't change JavaScript. This is JavaScript. It will give any type. So JavaScript you can't change. So add another layer. That is called TypeScript. So if user writes, if developer writes something, first TypeScript will check. If it is correct, then go for the JavaScript. Else show some error. Then once everything is done, it will go to the JavaScript. Are you getting my point, ma? Ultimately, browsers don't know what is JavaScript, what is TypeScript. Browsers know only JavaScript. Tell me why browsers know only JavaScript? How does the JavaScript runs in browser? Every browser will have a JS engine. Every browser will have a JS engine. What is the JS engine for Google Chrome? For Google Chrome also one JS engine is there, anyone knows? Every browser will have a JS engine. For Google Chrome, JS engine is V8. What is JS engine? V8. Now, what the browser knows? Browser knows only JavaScript. Browser don't know React also actually. Your React will be converted into JavaScript. Anyone remember how do the React converted into JavaScript? Babel. What it will do? Babel. Similarly, TypeScript people created something called TSC. What is TSC? TypeScript compiler. What is it called? TypeScript compiler. TypeScript compiler converts TypeScript into JavaScript. Any doubts here? Online, any doubts here? Online, any doubts? See, whenever you are declaring, people will give data type. People will be like, A is a number. Now, sir, fixed. A value is number now. You can't give whatever you like. This will save so much time. For example, see, earlier I put JavaScript. I got one error. I did not understand what is that error. I went to the Google. I did not understand. Now it is showing me error. What is error? The use server file can only export asynchronous functions. Add async to the function declaration or return a promise. Simple. Any doubts here? Online, any doubts, ma? Online, any doubts? A string not possible. A string is also possible. Everyone tell me what are the data types? A number. A may be number, sir. Now everyone tell me why error is coming. Why error is coming? You stated string, but what you are giving? Number wrong. Or give here boolean. Now error. Because you should give true or false. You can give a value as undefined. It should be undefined. Or null. It should be null. Or number. Anyone tell me now what it A will contain? What the A will contain now? Array of integers, numbers. Can I give here array Raj? No. Why? Because they are saying it like it's an integer array. It's a number array. Simple. Now it will say it's not good. Simple. 25, 36. Sir, I don't want it to give any kind of specific data type. I don't want it to give any data type. I can give whatever data type I like. In that case, any. What is the type? Any. Now someone asked me, sir, file extension should be TSX or TS. React code will have JSX. You know that, na? React code will have JSX. That's why TSX. Normal JS files will be written in as TS. For example, see, this API is the backend code. This is not a React, na? This is a backend code. Backend code will be either .js or .ts. React code will be .jsx or .tsx. Your wish. Online, is it clear? Online, is it clear? There are so many data types. If you want it like something A, number 5 string equals to 20. Can anyone guess what is the data type of A? Number or string. That pipe symbol is called union. That means if I give string also no error. But if I give boolean, error. Are you getting my point, ma? TypeScript is very easy. You can learn it in 1 hour. Exactly 1 hour you can learn it. That much easy it is. And if you wanted to practice, sir, I wanted to try TypeScript, you go to a website called TypeScript Lang. There is a website called typescriptlang.org/play. typescriptlang.org/play. Left side you type it, right side you will get it output. Online, is it clear, ma? Online, is it clear? Yeah. Now let me run the code one more time. Can you mention in doc? I will give you complete TypeScript notes if you want it, like, I don't mind. API/books. The problem continues. Contact to the site owner. Why HTTP error is coming? Network console. Anyway, everyone, one small notification before we go further. Tomorrow there is no class. Tomorrow I will be on the leave. Tomorrow there will not be any class, but we'll continue the classes on Friday. Okay? Friday and Saturday we'll do project. Okay? If you get any questions, you can let me know. Okay? And I want you to start your basic project also today only. If possible, bring your portfolios or something, whatever you did best in your React Friday. Okay? Yeah. Online, is it clear, ma? Online, is it clear? Yeah. See here, why it is showing it like API is not responding kind of one. API status is coming 200. Going here. Here, instead of handler, put it something get request. Get network. But when I go for here, request dot method equals to get. Let me try it here. Handler if request dot method equals to get, then only give the response. So what it will give, actually it will give you API, direct API only it should give. Any response. What is the error it will show? Detected default export in projects export named. No HTTP methods exported in SRC API. No HTTP method exported. I put it HTTP method exported now. Export default. Next API request. Next API response. Basically, it is saying it like I am not exporting any function, but I am exporting one function here. Slash API slash books. It is having something 404. 405 means actually I am not sending anything. They are thinking it like. Okay, we'll see it. Now, everyone, boys, focus here, ma. Everyone, focus here. I want you to go and check the documentation of NextJS. Try it simple CRUD application. Check it in net, go for it. Simple CRUD application using the Next. You are already doing CRUD applications, na? Do the CRUD applications using the Next only. Because Next will give you direct routing. That will help you easily. Okay? Is it clear, ma? And use a TypeScript. Simple TypeScript. No need to use big thing. Chota TypeScript use it. Okay? And try to create it, design something with animations and all. Use your library skills more. Use new libraries. Okay? Friday we'll discuss in our project and we'll create our project. Okay? That's it for today. Thank you all, ma. Yeah. Online any question you can tell me, ma. Redux basic demo and Redux tool files separate ga unte better, sir. So we can practice both and understand them. Okay, Redux and Redux toolkit are actually different, I think. Basic Redux demo. Where is Redux toolkit? No, it's not there. So I will do separately Redux toolkit again, ma. I will put it Rajesh. Okay, I will try to change it. Yeah. లేదు, GitHub ప్రాబ్లం ఉంది, ఇప్పుడు చేస్తాను.